Hey puzzle besties, welcome back to my channel, Javi's Puzzle Odyssey. Alright guys, it is time to do section 2 of the 9,000 piece Disney truffle puzzle. If you did not see the first part, which covers section A, I will link the video down below. If you want to stop here, it's perfectly fine. You want to go watch that video. Now, the thing with this video is I am covering the history of Disney throughout the years of the puzzle. So, if you want to watch it from the beginning, perfectly fine. Leave me a comment if you watched the first one. All right, so what I noticed about the puzzle, it goes through the years of Disney up until 1998. Initially, I was going to do section B next, right? Because that'll be like the correct order to go in. But section B actually jumps to 1950s. So we need to dial it back, go down here. So we're going to actually be working on the bottom half of the puzzle, which features 1940, 1941, and 1950. We have Pinocchio, Bambi, Cinderella. I absolutely love this puzzle. I have been having a blast, and I am having so much fun talking about the history of Disney, sharing it with you guys, and hearing your guys' comments. So, thank you. We're going to get started. We're moving on to section 2. I've been completing them and stacking them up. Ultimately, at the end, I may or may not mix a bag, maybe. Depends what's going on. Again, I know you guys know, and I tell you guys all the time, I'm a full-time student. Well, part-time now. But I am a student. I have a full-time job, and I like to puzzle. And I've been sharing it with you guys. So I appreciate all the love you guys have been showing me, dropping comments, sharing in the community tab. You know, now we have a members. You can join the membership where I have some exclusive videos. It's not a lot. I don't have a flow with the members only right now. So if you do want to join, it'll be more so you wanted to support my channel. You will get member exclusive content, just not as frequent as the primary version of my channel, 2 videos a week if I'm able to. So, but you will get exclusive content, exclusive shorts, and you'll be supporting my channel and helping me with my growth. This is something I do. I'm sharing a hobby with you guys, and I enjoy talking to you all, and I appreciate all the support. But the biggest support you can do if you don't want to select the membership is dropping a comment, saying hello, hitting the like button, sharing these videos with your friends. So if you know any puzzlers out there who looking for some puzzle fun, they're welcome to join the Puzzle Bestie family. So thank you. All right, long spiel, I know, but let's get into the puzzle. Again, I'm going to be cracking open puzzle D. And if you can see, I'll give you guys a close-up. This is double bagged. So the first time when I first ordered this puzzle, which was probably like a year ago, it came with some of the bags busted open, puzzle pieces everywhere, and this box was mixed with like maybe 3 or 4 sections of puzzles, and I was like, ugh. Especially at that time, I haven't done a larger count puzzle, but I've done some larger ones along. Well, I did one. I did a 5,000 piece puzzle. Did a few 1,500, 2,000 pieces, but I contacted the company because I was not planning to mix the bags right off the bat. So I contacted the company. Truffle has great customer service. They respond back very quick, and they were able to replace the bags that were opened. They did not ask for me to return them, thank goodness, because I don't even know where this was coming from. I just know I ordered it on Amazon. But they didn't ask for anything to go back. They said you can keep the mixed pieces. I gave them away to my cousin. I said, here, do you want a challenge? If you get there one day, you can have this. So now that I think about it, I should have kept it just in case any of the pieces were missing here, but that's okay. But yeah, that is why there is 2 bags in here. First, I want to say I hate these bags. They feel very cheap and they are very noisy. I mean, you can't even, so loud. Have you ever watched a horror movie and there's like that scene where someone like steps on something and it like alerts the monster or whatever? This that bag. If you even tap it, you're caught. So, A Quiet Place, you're done. You will not be getting around this bag no way. But yeah, I hate it. I do like this extra bag that they covered it with. I wish they would send it in these bags. So, and they're a lot bigger too, but all right, that's enough. Let's get into the puzzle. I just wanted to say, now that I took out that bag, the box is starting to feel a little bit lighter. But yeah, I like the packaging. I just wish the bags were better, but yeah. All right, sorting is complete. I had a blast. So I'll show you what I got done. And you have some of Dumbo here. Don't mind my squeaky chair. You know, guys, I have a squeaky chair. Some of Dumbo ears. And Dumbo takes a lot of the puzzle up. So this is all Dumbo with some signage on there. We got the verbiage, the wording, the signs. We got the frames over there. Some of the gaps, the blue, the purples, the burgundies, the purples, and then the black. And then we have some of the characters, skin tones, faces, and then we have the edges. And again, for anyone who didn't see my first video on this series, it's up. I touch on the quality, but again, the quality is fabulous. It's fabulosity. It is fabulosity in a puzzle. And very detailed. Like, look at that, guys. I started putting things together, but if anyone's worried about doing this puzzle because the pieces are tiny, it doesn't matter. The detailing is so great. Like, it's like almost hard to miss things. So I did start putting some things together and was able to sort out sections pretty easy. And here's the image. I am super excited, guys. I can't wait to do it. So the goal is, I know Dumbo is going to be a little bit challenging because he's the biggest part of this puzzle, and he is, maybe he won't be that hard actually, because he's like, his color is easy to find, but I feel like these little frames are so easy to do. And that's why I feel like if I were to mix the puzzle, I feel like it wouldn't be that bad, because everyone in each section is very like distinct. So we shall see. So I'm building the left half of the puzzle right now, I guess you can say. Yeah, because you have this section and this section. Now I wish they did create these posters better, because I have to fold up this poster, right? And it's annoying because I wish it was just like a big poster of each section. Now I have a bunch of mini posters of each section, but I don't really use posters. But for a puzzle this big, 1,500 pieces, I rather have a big box of the image or a big poster of the image, one or the other. But yeah, I mean, the poster is big, it's a lot, but I felt like they could have, you know, made the posters for each individual section. I don't know, but puzzle, it's fine. It is what it is. I'm not gonna complain. I will say I have fun with section A, but we're now on section D, and I am super excited. They're so cute. All of them are so cute. Dumbo, Cindy, Bambi, Pinocchio. All my childhood favorites. But yeah, I'm excited, guys. Let me know in the comments if you've started a Truffle Prime Unlimited puzzle and what your experience been like so far. So far, it's been only positive for me. I've been enjoying myself, enjoying these puzzles. So would love to hear about it in the comments. All right, besties. Welcome back. We are now moving on to section 2, which I did skip the following section. I jumped straight to D because of the order of the series I'm doing and the touching on the history of Disney and its greatest moments. So today we're diving into the golden era of Disney. We're going to be touching on the years 1940, 1941, and 1950. A time when Walt Disney Studios truly began to shape the cinematic dreams of generations to come. Let's start our story in 1940, a landmark year for Disney's animation. This was the year that brought us not one, but two legendary films, Pinocchio and Fantasia. Pinocchio was Disney's second full-length animated feature following the groundbreaking success of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. In this puzzle section, we see several beloved characters from Pinocchio. There's Pinocchio himself looking cheerful and curious, and right beside him is Jiminy Cricket, the ever-wise Conscience, and a top hat. And let's not forget the enchanting Blue Fairy. I love her. Guys, I love the Blue Fairy. Her magic breathes life into Pinocchio, setting the whole adventure in motion. Pinocchio was personally one of my favorites. I remember having the VHS cassette, and funny story, I lent it to my brother when he was younger. He took it to school and lost it. I was so upset with him, but my mom worked at this secondhand store when I was a kid, and they had a copy, and she grabbed it for me, so I was good to go. But I love Pinocchio. But just a little side note, Pinocchio was revolutionary, not just in storytelling, but in technique. It used advanced effects like realistic underwater scenes, multi-layer backgrounds, and expressive character animation that set new standards for animated film. Despite initial box office struggles due to World War II cutting off international market, it later became recognized as one of Disney's greatest artistic triumphs. And now we're moving on to just 1 year ahead, 1941, the year of Dumbo. This charming little elephant with oversized ears has a big presence in part of the puzzle, and for good reason. Dumbo was created during financially difficult times for Disney, following the underwhelming performance of Fantasia, a labor strike at the studio of Walt Disney. Walt Disney needed a win, and Dumbo delivered. Despite its shorter runtime and simpler animation, the story of a small elephant who learns to fly captures the heart across the world. Now you see on this puzzle, Dumbo is front and center, joyful and triumphant, ears wide and colorful, circus details surrounding him. This movie was so good. I will never forget watching it as a kid. The film was just filled with emotional highs and lows, showing Disney's growth, strength, and telling deeply human stories through animation. And just to the left of Dumbo, you'll see another 1941 gem, Bambi. Although technically released in 1942, the puzzle groups it near 1941 cluster, and we'll just let it slide because Bambi deserves a place in this magical timeline. Bambi is known for its stunning backgrounds, gentle pacing, and emotional storytelling. Who could forget the heartbreaking scene in the forest? My goodness, I still struggle to this day watching that scene. But beyond the tears, Bambi's was a celebration of nature, of life, growth, beautifully animated and scored. In this puzzle, Bambi and Thumper are captured in a quiet moment, framed in pastel hues. This section reminds me of Disney's genius. Wasn't just a fantasy, it was evoking real emotions, even from woodland creatures. Now, let's fast forward to 1950, a year that marked a massive comeback for Disney. After challenges of 1940, this was the year of Cinderella. This part of the puzzle lights up grace and elegance. Cinderella herself stands tall in shimmering blue gown, framed like a fairy tale painting. Her world is surrounded by magical touches. The glass slipper, of course, that's what she's most famous for at the end of the day, is the glass slipper. The pumpkin carriage, and of course, her animal friends and happily ever after dreams. What makes Cinderella so important in Disney's history? Well, it was the film that saved the studio. After years of financial struggle and wartime restrictions, Disney placed a huge bet on Cinderella's success, and it paid off. The film was a box office hit, bringing the studio back into financial stability and allowing Disney to expand into television, theme parks, and beyond. And where would Cinderella be without her fairy godmother? There she is, tucked into the collage. She's at the very bottom with her little wand, ready to turn pumpkins into carriages and rags into ball gowns. Her iconic line, bippity boppity boo. It became a symbol of transformation and hope. People use that line still till this day. Each frame of this puzzle is like mini time capsules, a snapshot of Disney's legacy during the pivotal times. It's incredible to think how much was accomplished in these 10 years of this section. And that wraps it up for this segment, guys. I am loving these Disney puzzles and just learning about the history of Disney. A lot of us, we see these characters and we just, we remember the animation, but we don't think about like what was happening in the real world. Like there was wars happening. Disney was struggling financially. And yeah, this is just amazing to think about with these movies happening. I didn't catch these movies till the 90s, obviously, but just to think about movies from the 40s still being relevant into the 90s and still being relevant till today is amazing. So I really enjoyed this section. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will leave you to the rest of this time lapse, and I will see you all at the end for my final thoughts. All right, guys, the next section, section D, is complete. Oh my goodness, I had so much fun, and just learning about that part of history was wild. Did you guys know anything about that? Because I had no idea. And you know, I watched these movies in the late 90s. You know, I was born 91, so I had no idea about the history of Disney, nor was anyone telling me about it, but just how great the movies were. So I really enjoyed that. So I just wanted to touch on a few things, my final thoughts about section D. I loved it. It was a blast. It was a blast. I had so much fun. The most challenging part was Dumbo because he was the biggest part of the same color. But if you're wondering about the pieces being small and concerned about that being an issue, I promise you it was not for me. I found the detailing on the images very good and everything's in sections. So it was very easy to figure out where everything goes. Sorting was easy. I sorted everything by sections and by colors. And yeah, it was pretty simple. I feel like yes, each section is 1,500 pieces, but I'm doing them at the pace that I would do like 1,000-piece puzzle because it's so straightforward and so simple. Everything's very detailed, easy to find. There is absolutely no glare on this puzzle. The pieces are matte. The cut is like a typical standard grid cut with unique cut shapes. So it's easy to find the next piece. I can't believe how fast I'm doing these 1,500 piece puzzles. I've never done a 1,500 piece puzzle this fast. So it feels like I'm doing 1,000 pieces when I'm doing this one. It doesn't feel like I'm doing 1,500 pieces, even when I was sorting it. So section D was definitely fun. Javi approved for sure. Obviously, I will give my final thoughts after completing the entire puzzle altogether, and I will put the sections together when I complete each part of the puzzle. So stay tuned for next week, or I don't want to say next week because this puzzle does take me a little bit more time to put together for the video. Stay tuned for the next video. I will give you guys all a heads up when that is going to be coming out. Sorry for the lighting. It is pretty late and I finished this puzzle and I just want to get ready for bed. I didn't want to do the whole setup, so I'm sorry guys. But I still wanted to give you guys my final thoughts before I edit this. So, sorry, I get sidetracked easily. So, stick around because we're going to be doing the next section, which will jump into section B, which was the section I was hoping to do this time, but we're going to get into section B for the next review, for the next episode in the series, and we will get the Cheshire Cat, and we got Lady and the Tramp, Sleeping Beauty, quite a few, so stay tuned for that. I will keep you guys updated on the community tab. If you guys are watching and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It helps my channel grow. And I will see you all in the next one, guys. All right. That's a wrap. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.